In America, we have an alarming what's called a fiber gap, what nutritionists refer to as the daily amounts of fiber recommended in the human diet and that which is actually consumed. So, what recommendations do you have for people to consume more fiber?
Yes, unfortunately, I think this is a problem in many countries, including the UK as well. So the recommendations in the UK are 30 grams of dietary fiber per day. And I think these are in line with those from the cancer prevention recommendations. But on average, we're only eating around two-thirds of this, so 18 grams per day. And I think the proportion of adults meeting this dietary fiber recommendation in the UK and the US is similar, around 5 to 7%, which is alarmingly low.
Yeah.
So a tip from me would be to think about how you can add small amounts of dietary fiber to each meal and to each snack. So all of this will add up rather than having one big high fiber meal, which might cause some gastrointestinal side effects. And an easy way to think about this is not just completely changing your diet, but thinking about small swaps you can make. Just as an example, if you typically consume white bread or toast at breakfast, for example, this might only give you about half a gram of dietary fiber per serving. And if you were to switch this for brown or whole grain bread, this contains around 3 or even up to 4 grams of dietary fiber per serving. You could also try switching white rice to brown rice. So instead of having 0.5 grams of dietary fiber in 1 cup of white rice, again, you're getting 3 grams of dietary fiber in brown rice. Or even better, you can try mixing up with other grains such as quinoa, which provides 5 grams of dietary fiber per cup. And then another tip that I like to give people is, in addition to swapping, think about what you can add. So if you normally have a cereal or granola and yogurt bowl for breakfast, what can you add in terms of toppings? Can you add some fresh fruits, dried fruits, seeds and nuts? And this is a really nutritious and subtle way to incorporate fiber into meals. I also like to think about sort of hiding or adding ingredients, high fiber ingredients to dishes that you might assume to be meat-based. So you can add pulses and beans such as lentils to bolognese and soups and stews. And this could increase a serving or a dish of bolognese from having only about 2 to 3 grams of dietary fiber to 16, 20 grams of dietary fiber just by adding 1 cup of lentils. And just to add, particularly if someone's going from consuming a typically low fiber diet to try to increase their fiber, it's important to try to do this gradually rather than go from 16 grams of dietary fiber per day to 30 grams of dietary fiber per day, just to avoid any issues with the digestive system and potential side effects such as bloating or discomfort. And it's also very important to couple this with drinking plenty of water.
Yeah. Most of those side effects subside though over time, correct?
Yes. And of course, if you're experiencing side effects for a long period of time, it's always advised to seek advice from a healthcare practitioner.